Geocachers, it's time to celebrate your achievement. Introducing the brand new Jasmer Challenge Geocoins, designed to honor your dedication to one of the toughest geocaching challenges out there. Each coin represents a completed loop of the Jasmer Challenge, marking your journey through the history of geocaching. Whether you've conquered Loop 1, Loop 2, Loop 3, or gone all the way to Loop 4, there's a coin for you. These stunning geocoins were designed by renowned coin artist Christian Mackey, known for his incredible craftsmanship and attention to detail. And at just $25 each, they're a must-have for any serious cacher. Don't wait. Grab yours today in the Geocache Talk Shop and show the world that you've mastered the Jasmer Challenge.
A stunning symbol of adventure, community, and storytelling. Its bold design shines with vibrant colors and a cool retro look. It's more than just a coin. It's a badge of geocaching passion. You can be part of the journey by supporting Geocache Talk on Patreon. Your patronage helps create inspiring shows, grow the community, and keep the adventure going. Join the network at patreon.com/geocachetalk.
Hello, and welcome to Challenge Talk, part of the Geocache Talk Network. You can watch the show on the second Tuesday of each month. Feel free to jump over to YouTube or Facebook to watch the broadcast live and join in the wonderful and active chat room, or listen to the entire show later on your favorite podcast player or YouTube.
All right, tonight we're going to begin a month-by-month look at the Jasmer quest and the caches that make up the year 2000 part of the challenge.
Yeah, I'm excited for this, Tim. And we also have prizes to give away each show to our listeners. Between each show, be sure to email your challenge cache finds to challengetalkpodcast@gmail.com and you could be a winner.
Later on in the show, we're going to play our special game exclusively for the live audience, the Wheel of Challenges. So listen live, get your email app ready, and follow instructions when the time comes so you can have a chance at winning tonight's grand prize.
That's right. Take note of that email address for all the things. And at the end of the show, we'll highlight some of the challenge caches you found, and someone will win our coveted monthly giveaway. So hello, Tim. How are you?
Ooh, I'm just ducky. It's been a great month. Maybe ducky isn't the right word. Maybe I'm penguinish today. Michigan's pretty cold. We had our first snowfall of the year. The good news is it's brought down probably 50% of the 50% of the leaves left to come down. My yard is full.
Oh boy.
So I know what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of days.
Yeah. Wow. It's actually kind of hot here. I'm a little bit regretting this sweater. So sorry to hear it.
All right, but back to geocaching.
Day. Yeah, back to geocaching.
How was your month?
Well, it was a quiet month. That's okay. Really? That's how it is sometimes. So, I participated in Adventure Weekend last month when we found, we were tasked with finding 5 Adventure Lab stages. I had done some work to get some new labs published in my area. And I had an event that day, even though an event didn't help, it kind of got, people talking about it and, talking about what they could do and what labs they could go find. So it happened to also be Chocolate Cupcake Day. So I had Chocolate Cupcake Adventure Day event with chocolate cupcakes, of course. And then, hey, we had a GIF event. I hosted an event on Saturday. How about you, Tim? Have you been to a GIF?
I have been to a GIF. I held my own GIF Friday night. And so we had chocolate. We had a big presentation area for all 10 of us that attended. But it was fun.
Good. What kind of venue do you have for your GIF?
What is it? The Ferris State University is about 45 minutes north. And a colleague of mine, he is the host of the event because he works there, and then I do all the cache page work. And together we host the GIF, and it's kind of an entryway to this engineering kind of building, and they have a full big screen viewing area. So we have 8 to 10 round tables with a great big screen, good audio system. and we can just sit back and watch the films and have a great time.
That's nice. I'm always intrigued on what kind of venues people are finding for their GIF events. I use the library and their large meeting room with, same kind of thing, good audio and visual and all that stuff.
Yeah, we have a theater being renovated not too far from me, and they use it, it's a community theater group now, and I've always kind of wanted to check into it, but we don't get enough people. So even if they charge a nominal fee, I wouldn't get enough people to attend.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it's definitely fun to attend. Like, we saw some amazing videos or films this year. Cheeky Brit, one of our listeners and guests from the show, had a team submission there. Well done to you guys. That was a lot of fun to see a familiar face. I'm surprised he wasn't the one coming out of the tree. No more spoilers than that. But
I kind of suspected that. I wondered how that guy did that. We're gonna have to talk to Matt about how he did that. Yeah, no, I had several friends that submitted GIF films and were part of the finalists, people that I knew.
That's really
from
great.
past and whatnot. So it made it hard to figure out which one was the winner. So maybe next month we can talk about which ones we liked the best.
That sounds good. And then hopefully by then we'll know which one was the worldwide people.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So other than that, I've had a really low profile over the month. We brought a bug home from Ireland, and it took us out for like 3 weeks. Didn't want to eat, didn't want to go caching, didn't want to do anything. So it was. I did. Once again, I was asked, and I don't know what it is about me. When I'm asked, I have a very hard time saying no. And so the organizing committee for Geo Woodstock said, "Would you be an ambassador?" And I said, "Yes." I said, I may not attend, but I'll be an ambassador. So I'm hosting an event in January. I've got the cards. I've got the shirt. I didn't wear the shirt tonight. I probably should have. That, and we've been house hunting. So yeah, we're looking to move to the south of Michigan.
Wow.
And being close to the grandson. So we found a house. It quickly sold out from under us. We found some property. It quickly sold out from under us. We were just having a tough time. So
good luck.
And then finally, I want to let everybody know that I will adopt any CCE that you don't want to host.
Okay, so community celebration event.
Community celebration event. If you have one, don't know what to do, don't know how to get it in, I will adopt it from you. And it's not that I have some great ideas, but I love doing the CCEs. I'm also trying to get to 50 attended this year, and I need about 10 more to make it. So I'm willing to do that.
Awesome. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
Good luck. Okay. Well, we wanted to go over some news items. Starting with last show, I just totally spaced it. And after we went over our monthly submissions, I forgot to say who won. So we've already been in contact and sent the prize, but congratulations to Canuck 1867, who won our Challenge Talk Path Tag from the monthly submissions last month.
So yeah, I don't see her in the chat room, but that would be great. So I'm glad we did that, because yeah, it kind of went the way we needed to go.
Sometimes you never know what's going to happen live. That's about all you can say, Also, I saw today, Tim, you saw this too, 3 new treasure collections dropped.
I had a lunch event today, and someone else mentioned it, and I had to look right away, and it was like, oh wow, great, 3 new treasures. Oh crap, look what I got to do to get them.
Yes, I kind of felt that way. I feel like my treasure collecting has ebbed and flowed, and it's really based on, am I traveling? I can't do much locally, so it takes travels. And then, so I currently have 3 active collections and 1 on tap. And so I have to toggle between them if I know that this thing can get me a treasure, but it's not on one of my 3 actives. So it was almost like, oh no, now I have 4 on tap, the old one and the 3 treasures that dropped today. So now I have to toggle between 7 treasure collections. when I'm choosing. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to remember to toggle between my collections before I just go and log my caches. So I'm excited for them, but also my first impression was, oh no, now I got some work to do. Work
Yeah.
to add to my caching experience. Yeah. So
I like to get them. There's not enough substance in the caches that I have in this area
mhm.
that, I mean, in the case of one, you need to find a cache that has 4 favorite points. Well, one of the caches that I went out today was a traditional. It was a regular. It had 3 favorite points. I was the 4th person to find it. Now, do I not find it because it's not where I want it to be in collecting the treasure, or do I find the cache? It's just changing how I cache, and I'm not crazy about that. I want to cache the way I want to cache. So maybe I need to just forget treasures.
And then they'll probably just happen in due time anyways to you.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
So, all right,
So,
moving on.
mhm.
I'm going to pick up this 4th one because it's
Sure.
easier. You know more about the 3rd one. The Geocache Talk Network is 9, count them,
Just 9.
9 subscribers away from 3,000 on YouTube. So if you're listening to this podcast live and you're not a subscriber, please do. If you're listening later and you'd like to be a subscriber, please do. I want to try to hit that magic number of 3,000. I have no idea what we get for that, but
But it's better
it's a
than
cool
less than
number.
3,000. Yes. Yeah, that's cool. So, Tim, this thing that I know more about in our news, I almost don't know anything. But maybe our live audience knows something, our research department. I've been seeing just a little bit of chatter on Facebook, and I can't find anything official in writing as far as a formal announcement or anything, but some complaints are starting to come out where Project GC challenge checkers no longer work if the cacher has set their finds to private. So an owner might get a found it log and the person might say, I have qualified, but the owner can't go to the checker, run their name, and verify that if their stats are private. So I don't know when that changed. Like I said, I can't find anything solid about it, but just a little bit of food for thought as people are figuring out, what do I do with this change and privacy practices, which has always been a topic on the internet. And there you go, for what that's worth. It could affect what you do or what you see in the future.
Well, and I know according to the guidelines, it is up to the cache owner to verify that the finder qualifies for the challenge. Now, I take the extra step by running the checker myself as I'm creating the log for the challenge, and I will screen capture my little green check mark and any other notes that come with that particular checker, and I will include pictures in my log. So if there's any question, the cache owner can look at the logs. And so it doesn't matter whether I'm a private or a public because I'm submitting them. But I know some people that they just said, yep, I qualify and you have to verify it. And that can be a problem.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. So if, as you guys are going on in your caching life, if this is giving you an interesting perspective based on what is happening, let us know. Tell us what you're experiencing and maybe we can have a discussion about it.
Sure.
All right. Well, you guys saw the advertisements at the top of the show for those coins, the Jasmer coin. And just a reminder, we've got the Jasmer coin. We've got the Podcast of Hope coins. We've got the, oh, shoot, I'm already forgetting, Cache Odyssey coin.
But there's also one more on there that Gary asked us about, and I didn't see the trailer for it in our media stream. There is a 365 coin.
Well, it's not in the shop yet. I'm in the shop
What?
now and I don't see
Oh,
it.
okay.
So
I thought Carrie said it was all right. Coming soon, there
it's
will be a 365. So there's a lot of geocoins coming out, and
yeah. So remember to go to Etsy and search for Geocache Talk Shop so that you can get your hands on those coins.
yeah, and I really like. Now I'm going to try to do something I don't normally do, which is show. Here we go, Houston, Texas, and Dave. It is that time of year again. So hint, hint, Jasmer coins, Cache Odyssey coins make a great Christmas present for that geocacher in your life.
That's right. And those beautiful podcast of hope coins, one of them being a sun catcher. It's just amazing in person. And you all know that our proceeds go to St. Jude for our podcast of hope, lifetime giving total. And we're really excited for that on December 6th. So
Yeah.
a great cause to buy those coins for.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I think to end the year, how about we do a contest?
How about we do a
We don't
contest?
we have some prizes that we have to give
We
away, don't
do.
we?
We do. We have some Project GC membership codes to give away. So we are going to
Oh,
end the year with a contest so that we can pass those on to you guys. So listen up. This is how you enter our contest. We want you to write up a short piece on the Project GC feature that you use the most and how it enhances your game and why you should win a Project GC membership, and you could be one of our 3 winners. We have a 1-year code and 2 6-month codes. So again, write up about a feature that you use most from the projectgc.com website, how it enhances your game so that we can share with others and it can enhance their game too. You must submit this right up by the end of November 30th, so the end of the month, so that we can select winners and present them by the next show in December.
yeah, because the codes will expire at the end of this year.
Right. So we need to get you the codes so you can redeem the codes.
Yeah. It will add on, if you're already a member of Project GC, it will add on to your membership. But if you're not a member, then you'll become a member. But they do have to be activated by the end of the year. So we got to get this out. We thought this was going to be something fun.
Yeah.
And that's the way to approach it.
Right.
Is it's fun. How do you what do you use the most within Project GC?
Yeah, I'm excited. And
Why should you win?
If it's a little known feature, it could inspire the rest of us on a way that we never considered clicking that one tab and what it could do for our geocaching. So yes, we really appreciate the donation of these codes that we've been able to give out throughout the year. And so we want to end the year with a final giveaway in that theme. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the challenge statistics, because we took last month off, or I took last month off. I was gallivanting around the world.
Right.
And we have jumped 1,033 caches over October and November. There are now 49,557 active caches worldwide. The US has gone over the 19,000 active caches at 19,066. Now, I also did something that we normally don't do. In the show notes, I have the top 25 countries, which represent about 90% of the challenge caches in the world. So I've got those stats there. And then those for the US junkies, I have the number that I pulled up on November the 2nd for all 51 states in the union, because Washington, D.C. is considered its own state. And I'm happy to report that Alaska is no longer in the bottom 5.
All right.
They're in the bottom 6, but they're not in the bottom 5.
But they are working their way up.
Working their way up. They have a fair, they only have to go, they can be caught very easily. Connecticut and Rhode Island are very close behind. They've got to go about 15 caches to catch Wyoming, but they're moving up. And I thought we heard from one of our listeners that Alaska has accepted the challenge.
That's right. So we made quick mention last month about them accepting the challenge, and we heard a bit more from Birkenstock Report, who lives in Alaska. And she told us we are continuing to work on the Aurora Challenge Trail up here in, please forgive my pronunciation, Chugiak, Alaska. We placed 10 challenge caches this weekend, which was the end of October, and split up the submitting for review amongst 3 sourdough or veteran cachers. So those will most likely publish before this episode of Challenge Talk goes live. We've also placed 8 new mini Jasmers to fill in the years up here that didn't have one. 2007, 2011 through 17, and 2020 already exist in Anchorage proper, so we placed and filled in the rest 15 miles away in Eagle River as a side alley of the main challenge trail. 2 have been published and 6 are pending review. They will be along a bike path that follows the Glen Highway, Alaska's closest thing to a freeway. I promise this will be the prettiest freeway power trail you have ever seen. So that is a great report from what Alaska is doing to rise in the ranks of the United States.
Yeah, that's cool. So,
Yeah.
yep, congratulations, Alaska. Well going. Now, we kind of expected this. So within the live audience, our research department has already come in with this question. Are 3-time winners exempt from this contest? So we try to qualify some of our games to let more people play. So yes, the Wheel of Challenges, if you're a 3-time winner, please let somebody else win. This one is open to all of our listeners and our chat room and our watchers and our Patreons and anybody not affiliated with the Challenge Talk, but any of our friends and not family, but insiders can't win. Emily and I can't win.
We're not going to win.
Tom can't win. He might not win anyway. Gary can't win. Jesse can't win. But everyone else is eligible to win.
Yeah.
So go for that. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, please participate.
Peachy. All right. And I think I lost my notes again. I think without further ado, we're ready to talk about the topic.
Let's talk about the topic. May 2000 caches. So it's no surprise. We love Jasmer. We love it whether we're achieving it formally or just really going after the shared experience of these old caches that we know so many of you have either gone before us or still on the quest for. And so we want to do a shared experience type topic where we can share our knowledge about these caches and how to get to them, any special thing you might know, things that as we're researching our trips, we're just dying to find this information. So hopefully we can do a service to you guys and provide some of that information, make your planning a little bit easier.
Yeah, because many of the caches placed in 2000, selective availability got turned off, but technology did not exist the way it exists today.
Right.
So you can hit ground zero. And I know that the match stash that I found was probably 50 feet away from ground zero, where my phone told me I was, and I wasn't even using a real GPS at that time. So, they can be kind of a hunt. And way back when, who knew where you needed to park?
Right.
Who knew how you needed to access? So that's
some of them don't even have very lengthy cache page descriptions, on the cache page. So yeah, everyone's relying on the information from other people.
So we're going to start with May. And in May, there are 7 caches that you can find worldwide. 5 of them are in the US and 2 of them are down under. 1 in Australia, 1 in New Zealand. So to start us out, the first one, the oldest one that is still active, is called Mingo.
Right. Everyone knows
GC30.
Mingo, whether you've been there or not, or probably knows Mingo. So, yes, this is the oldest active geocache in the world, and it's extremely popular to visit. And Tim, I would say it's pretty easy to visit, wouldn't you say?
I would say exactly that. It is in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
True.
Exit 62 off I-70 as you're going east or west through the middle of Kansas. And it's rated as a 1-1. Now, I wouldn't go so far to say it's wheelchair accessible, because many of these old caches, this one's in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in a chair, you're going to have to reach to ground level or below ground level to grab the cache and take it out of the ground. So, but other than that, it's really, really easy to
Very,
get.
very
It's,
easy.
you
Yeah.
know, you do not have to be an athlete to get it. However, I will say that I found this in 2021
Mm-hmm.
in April. And when I went, the wind was howling. The temperatures were like 38 degrees with a 40-mile-an-hour wind, and snow was blowing.
Ooh,
So I found it.
Kansas.
I signed it. I got back in the car as quickly as I could. I tried to do a couple of the other caches around and gave up. I was just
Oh,
not
no.
prepared for the cold weather.
Well, I pulled up a picture of when we found it. I found it as a part of the trip for going to Geo Woodstock 14er in Denver. And so that was a
Hey,
summertime find. And there's me and the parents, and we were just being goofballs. And so you can see in that picture the tube, the pipe type cache that it is, like a PVC pipe with two ends on it. Very classic look for this cache. It has kept that look
it
over
is. Now
time.
what earns that cache 4,300 favorite points? The fact that it's old, I guess.
Yeah, the fact that it's old, I think.
Uh,
World's oldest. It's a mecca, a place, a must-visit place. And I also like that the area has been filled up with other really great geocaches.
it has.
Some
Yep.
are simple. I think there's even better ones since I've been there. I forget what year 14er was. But yeah,
That was
it's a
2016.
nice
Yeah.
2016. It was a nice area to visit, even though it was the middle of nowhere, Kansas.
Right. Well, and
So,
Mingo Madness is an event that comes out,
mhm,
I think every 5 years is
right.
when um, Ryan planning to do that. So that's Mingo. It's easy, and some along the way. I said this kind of as Emily and I were talking before the show. To qualify this, I am a 68-year-old male that is 6'1", 200 pounds. I can do 5 miles in a day real easy. 8 miles tends to hurt. I can do easy terrain. I can do some up and down terrain. Going uphill a lot is not my favorite thing. So your mileage will vary. But this one, you can park next to it. You can open the door. You can reach out. You can grab it, and you can bring it into your car, sign it, and put it back
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
so inclined. That's not the same on all of these. So our second one is May 12th of 2000, and it is GC12,
Mhm.
which is actually the name of the cache. That was
Right.
kind of weird. And that one's in your area, right? I haven't found
That's
this one.
right. This one is in Oregon, and it's Oregon's oldest cache. This one does have pretty good directions to the parking in the hint, that you can see on the map what they're talking about. And I parked somewhere slightly farther. But it's been a long time since I found this one. I found it in September of 2016. And so things could have definitely changed since then. Finding it in September, it was definitely wet and cooler, but it wasn't snowing yet. So it was still a very decent time to access, because you're coming off of main roads onto smaller roads, onto forest roads. And so you definitely have to pay attention to the seasons for some of these older caches that are deeper in the woods area.
Okay.
But this one, once you get to the parking, if you use the parking in the hint, that is just fine. I really only shaved off a couple dozen feet and by parking where I parked. And then from there, it's relatively easy terrain. I slipped on a wooden bridge, but it was wet, you know.
Okay,
it had nothing to do with the terrain. So it was just even most of the trail is like a kind of a paved, a moss grown over paved hiking trail, if you will. So I don't know why it was ever paved or the history of that. And it's about 1 mile out to the cache. So then, of course, you'll have a mile to come back. If, you know, Tim, one of the nice features, if you don't use this feature, when you go down and scroll down to the logs, you can sort logs by most helpful. And so logs that get an upvote for helpful are then filtered to the top when you order the logs by either newest or great story or helpful in that drop down box there. And
right there.
Yeah, right there. And then that brings up some folks who really put a lot of good tips. And so I saw a log, I think that's the one from 2021 there that you're on. He's got a lot of good stuff, even to the point where this log has pictures for every point that he points out for the journey. So that's a really good thing to look
He's
for.
got like 16 pictures in there.
Yeah.
So, and that's you learn something new every day, and I learned something new by listening. I did not know that.
All right. You know, someone's got to vote it as a great story or helpful for it to get sorted into this category. So if you have never even voted something as helpful or great, that's a thing you can start doing. And then it helps future folks with their planning for something like this. And here's a picture.
For our audio listeners, you know, we do have the cache page we're showing. And this has a very long description. It says near Brightwood, Oregon, white and blue bucket. That's it.
And that's all you get.
That's it. That's all you need to know about.
And yeah, I found a white and blue bucket. So between the year 2000 and 2016, it stayed a white and blue bucket. And it's, you know, kind of shocking because it's not extremely hidden. So I'm so thankful that it's stayed preserved all this time. There's even a really neat thing on the trail where there's like a hand carved sign that points one way to GC12, one way to GC17, one way to original stash, and how many miles you are from those features. So that's another good thing to point out. Even though this is a July 2000 cache, you're going to be extremely close to GC17. So if you're planning on going to GC12, probably you want to plan for GC17 that same trip.
Oh yeah, that is a nice kind of thing that, you know, people in this time did plan them pretty close together. And I need both a July and a May to complete my Jasmer. So
there you go. Come to Oregon.
Yeah, I have to come out to Oregon and visit you.
Yeah.
Now, GC17 is a little harder to get to, right?
Yes.
It is an uphill hike.
It is an uphill hike. My parents and I hiked uphill. It took us about an hour to get the whole way up. And, you know, so we're not extremely, you know, fit gym rat type of people by any means. And this was 10 years ago almost. But so, yeah, average people, slow and steady, 1 hour up.
Okay. And we'll talk more about that when we get to the July show. But the next one that we want to talk about is GC28, which is Beverly. And this is in the Beverly Lake Recreation Area. It is northwest of Chicago. And it's about 0.6 of a mile from the parking coordinates. And I'll switch over to Beverly. This is one that I have found. And I got to say that when I found it, it was a very nice rolling, you know, here in the Midwest, we don't do mountains. We do molehills. And it was a rolling terrain. I found a lot of caches on the way to Beverly, some very, very nice ones. It was about 0.6 of a mile from the parking with some elevation. But again, your mileage will vary. And if you are a reasonably fit person, This is a pretty easy cache to get to. Yes, when
Okay.
you get to ground zero, it is well protected.
Okay, because I don't know what I'm talking about, having never been there, but I have heard something where people, there's something about it that make people groan, and I just am not sure about that. So is that
It's in
what
a
you mean?
thicket. And
In a thicket.
so in a
Okay.
thicket, you can
Briar
see it.
type thicket?
Yes, a
Ooh.
lot of growth. There's one way in, one kind of easy way. You don't have to military crawl, but you do have to get low. And it's as you approach the cache, it's not on the approach. It's kind of on the back side. If I'm approaching the cache from 6 o'clock, it's maybe around 11 o'clock that of this rounded thicket area that you have to get into.
Mhm.
Once you're there, it's really easy to get up and stand in. The cache itself doesn't require you to do a bunch of stuff, or at least it didn't when I found it in June of 2017. Now, and again, conditions can change. What I will say made this really hard for me is it was about 97 degrees out that day,
Ooh.
and I left my water in the car.
Oh.
That was a mistake.
Mhm.
I won't make that mistake again, but I did that day, and let me tell you, I was really thirsty when I came back out of there.
All right. Well,
So,
good. That's good to hear. It's that this is the kind of info that when it comes time for me to go to Beverly, that's what
yep.
I need to hear.
And there's a parking lot right there at the park entrance, and it's easy parking, easy and a relatively easy walk, and there's lots of caches to get while you're there.
Nice. Good. All
So the
right.
next one up,
Yeah, the next one.
GC3E Lane Cove, and this one is New South Wales, Australia. And I will say that I have not been here.
Nope, me neither.
I went to our friend Kitty Cache to talk about this. This was Australia's very first cache. It was a traditional. It is now a virtual. And
How interesting, right?
So it's outside of Sydney, and you can take a car, or you can take a bus. If you're driving, there is a parking fee for the national park. It's maybe 2.5, 3 kilometers from the nearest bus station, and the bus station will take about an hour to get you out there from Sydney.
Okay.
So you can do that. There's in the show notes, there's a national parks link, which gives you a lot of great info on the park itself and where you can explore and how you can do some things. And this one also has a November of 2000 that is not too far away.
All right.
So it's again relatively flat terrain that you can make your way out. You do have to make a couple of waypoint stops along the way because it is a virtual now.
Okay. And so the cache page tells all the history of the change from the traditional to the virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
very
cache page has a
interesting.
lot of information on it.
Yeah. And we'll have it in the show notes, but that nearby November 2000 cache is GC1F11.
Yep. So then we come up to GC46, and again, this one is just outside of Wellington, North Island, New Zealand. It's about a 30-minute drive from Wellington, and it's about a kilometer and a half from the parking area if you stop at the Gums Loop parking. And I want to say that the Gums Loop parking, nope, never mind. This one is an even shorter description. It just says it's near Wainuiomata, New Zealand, and it's a white bucket.
All right.
That's it. That's all you
That's
get.
it. That's what you get.
Nothing more. Relatively easy ground, relatively level ground, an easy walk. You do need to cross a swing bridge to reach the cache. So if you have a fear of heights, that might be an issue, but otherwise, pretty easy to get to.
Good.
Another easy oldie, you just have to make your way to New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal.
No big deal. That's right. The next one is GC39, The Spot, which is near Woodville, New York. This was a beautiful beautiful cache to visit. I visited this, I believe 2 years ago. Yeah, in September of 2023. We've got other network members. Pizza Ninja in Memphis went in June of 24. So yeah, this is a neat location. It's when I went, it was just what I remember, it was so green. It was just like vibrantly green. And the hike is not too bad. You're slowly going downhill, so you're going to have to slowly go back uphill. There is a way to start by going uphill. When I was doing all my research, it seemed like more people went with the upper parking. And if you search on Google Maps, it's labeled Clark Gully. It was so easy to park in the upper parking and take the relatively downhill way. There's an earth cache along the way that was a really neat feature. So this is just, once you get there, it's very easy to notice, to find. It's an ammo can. I've got this picture of when I found it. Interestingly enough, it's got this plaque on the lid of the ammo can that is wrong. So the GC code again is GC39. The plaque, I believe, says GC30. So don't know why. Don't have a clue about that, but
they didn't make the 9. Now,
yeah.
the other interesting, I did talk to the Pizza Ninja about this because he and Memphis Mafia went just last June, not this past, in 24.
Okay.
And the cache terrain is rated a 4. And of course we know that Jesse's from Colorado, and he said, yeah, this ain't no 4. No. Maybe a 2.5.
It's not a 4. It's not a 4.
So,
it's not a 4.
But again, it's relative to the geography and the people that are there, and the cache owner, again, back in May of 2000, thought this was a more difficult hike. And maybe because you're walking downhill to get to the cache, then you got to walk uphill. And again, I'm not a big fan of uphill hikes.
I am not either, but you know what? Again, it's just a simple day of slow and steady, and you're going to be just fine.
Now, if you really would like some spoilers on this one, our buddy Jeff May on the Cache the Line video series has a video called The 4th Oldest Active Geocache in the U.S., which this one is. This is the 4th oldest in the U.S., and it will show you the terrain, will show you the hike that you need. He talks about a bear, but I don't think they've seen any bears in there in a while.
Right. So, we definitely took bear action. We were quite loud as we went down the trail. I had my bear bells on my backpack just in case, because we had heard the warnings.
Oh, that's too funny. And our final one for the night is, I don't know, is this Arikari?
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 Hey, chat, how do you guys say this? Very good question. GC31.
So
even if we don't know how to say it, it's GC31.
It is a 2-2, and again, we get a ton of information in the cache description, where it's near, and you're looking for a standard ammo box. 2 words in the hint: soapweed yucca. If you don't know what a yucca plant is, look it up. It's a spiny little cactusy kind of plant where they've hidden the ammo can behind it. This is another one. You can drive up to it. You can almost reach out and grab it. I found it in April of 21. You found it in July of 16.
I found it the same day that I found Mingo. Yes. Beautiful location. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
And a very, very simple. So if you're in the Mingo area, definitely check out, see if you can add this to your day as well.
Yeah. Now, if you happen to be going, here's my Geo Woodstock plug, because obviously that's in Hutchinson, Kansas. So if you're going, Arikari is only 315 miles northwest of Geo Woodstock. So what is that, about a 4-hour drive, something like that? And And Mingo is about 220 miles northwest of Geo-Woodstock. So I don't know that they're really easy, but if you're going to Geo-Woodstock, you might as well put them on your list.
Yeah, if you haven't done it before. I know my Geo-Woodstock trip is going to consist of 3 old caches that I need out of 4 to finish my quad Jasmer. So
Oh, isn't
yeah,
that going to be
it's not going
fun?
to be these, of course, because you saw I found them. But yeah, I'm definitely combining Geo-Woodstock with
Ooh.
Jasmer goals. All right, Cheeky Brit says, I pronounce it.
Huh?
What?
Aluminium? Aluminium. Okay, but oh, thank you.
Yeah, British. Sorry, Matt.
All right. Way to go, Matt. Thanks for
Oh
that
yeah,
contribution.
and Hiking Seal said there's a really cool earth cache. I forgot about that. That's true.
Yeah.
Remember not to get tunnel vision when you're doing these. Check out what's around you. Like we said with Mingo, there's some really great caches around Mingo. The area got purposely built up as a neat geocaching location. So check out what's around
Well,
all
the
of
first
them.
Mingo Madness, I mean, I know that the Geocache Talk was instrumental in a virtual that's right there.
That's
So,
right. That's
yeah.
right. That has a whole history of the plaque being put out, being stolen, being fundraised to put out again. So yeah, I definitely have never seen that plaque, and so that could be a neat part of the trip.
So that is May. Next up will be June.
That's right. And we want to ask you guys, are you an expert in any given specific year 2000 cache? Or do you have an extraordinary story about a year 2000 cache? Let us know. We want to hear from you guys on this topic, especially whether it's May 2000 or knowing that we're going to be looking forward to other year 2000 caches. Tell us what you've got, especially if you're a local to one of these and you have a really great secret or whatever. We want to know about it if you're willing to share.
Yep, share that in. Again, we're not looking for spoilers so much as, tell us how to get there. Tell us where the best place to park is. Tell us how you would approach it. Because, even when I took my trip to Europe, one of the things we had in common are these old caches. And so we could talk about finding Match Stash and what it took, and the effort that it took on my part to find it. I mean, we were there, I think, for a half hour, 45 minutes before we found the cache. And I'd given myself all day, and I was getting worried that we were
Such a big
it.
investment, purpose of the trip. And you just are hoping for success, right?
Yeah, and I like that note from Hiking Seal that Arakari is very close to Carhenge, which is Stonehenge made out of cars. You got all of that area, all of that land. You got to do something with it.
Yep, I had no idea. I did not visit Carhenge.
I didn't either when I was there. I went out just before the first Mingo Madness, and I started in Colorado, went down to Utah, over to Kansas, and then back up to Colorado. And I did do the Four Corners or Three Corners up there. And so yeah, Hiking Seal, let us know. That one's on my list. So I need to go there, and I need to find out the right time of year when I can drive as close to the cache as possible.
I think we're talking about Potter's Pond, and Hiking Seal from Utah has got some info on Potter's Pond. And yeah, that is one where I've been, but I don't think I could give great info on times of year that is good and not good to go to Potter's Pond. So yeah, we'll definitely take your local advice. Thank you.
Yep, that'll be very helpful. And now...
Hi, my name is Drew. I'm from Annapolis, Maryland, and it is time for the Wheel of Challenges.
Woohoo!
That's great. Thank you. So, this is our Wheel of Challenges game. One live viewer each month will be selected to face off against the wheel to have a chance to win the grand prize, a one-year membership on Project GC. And this is the game where we ask you to limit yourself to 3 lifetime wins. So, open your email app now. Send an email with the subject line containing the words "spin me" and your username in brackets. here's all that info, and send us the answer to this question. The first correct answer will be chosen to face off against the wheel. This month's question is, how many May 2000 caches are available to find in the world?
And another shout out to the cheeky Brit. While you're looking through things, I don't have to do the happy dance anymore. We have this. Could be looking at those.
I love it. I love it. Do people want to watch us dance to this music?
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting some answers, but they're not right. So I'm still looking for the first correct answer.
Now, I did update the show notes. So, because you had the wrong number in the show notes.
Oh, no. Well, then maybe
maybe the right one is there.
Okay, you guys. Oh, I see where we went wrong. I see where it doesn't matter how it happened, but we went wrong, and I am getting the correct answers. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
All right. So, hey, Tim, we are going up against, or Buzz82 is going up against the wheel.
All right, here we go. We'll spin the wheel.
Oh, we just went past 1.5 into 4.5 difficulty.
The well-rounded traditional cacher. And I think I remember this one is a very challenging.
Well, for 4.5 difficulty.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, technical difficulties. I gotta go here.
We have backups for these problems.
We do. Here, and here, and here. So this is GC7, Bravo 2, Romeo Victor. And you need to find 72 of 81 fizzy grids with traditional caches.
Wait, how many?
72.
72 fizzy grids.
Yeah, squares.
I have squares, not 72 loops.
No, not loops.
I was like, I have two loops. Wow. Okay.
Okay, so I'm getting Buzz82's information, so I can put it here and run the checker. And now I need the music up, and he qualifies.
Yay!
Or they qualify. Sorry, not a here.
Congratulations.
And he has not filled a traditional fizzy. He's got 75 of the 81, but he only needed 72 to qualify. So
very good.
Well,
Buzz82,
Buzz.
That is so good. You have been redeemed. I know you've played several times. You are always fast with getting us the correct answer. This is your time to qualify against the wheel. So congratulations on even such a hard one. Very good. We'll be in touch about that prize.
Woohoo.
All right. And so now we would like to feature our monthly challengers. Every month we give a congratulatory shout out to listeners who email us proof of qualifying and logging a challenge cache since the last show. So again, send an email to challengetalkpodcast@gmail.com with the information, including the cache you found and anything else you might want to share, like a photo or whatever. So here are a few of the interesting challenges we've heard from our listeners.
There you go. Our fans. The first one comes in from Bloody Cool, and this is GCAV204. It's a cache's birthday challenge. And the quest here is to find 25 caches on their birthday or the anniversary of when they were placed. This is for birthdays, not the date of birth. So no FTS, no events will work in this.
Yeah. This, if you guys remember a few months ago, I believe it was June, I had a big problem with this cache and the checker working. And every time I ran the checker after finding another birthday cache, it wasn't adding up. And finally, I said something in the projectgc.com Facebook group, and they found that the checker was a little messed up. So they got this all fixed. So Billy Cool and I have family in the same area. It looks like he got to go and find this cache when visiting family. So that's great.
Now, where's this one? This one's in Utah.
It's in Utah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
Yeah, good. The next submission we have is from Birkenstock Report. This is GCAWGXT COBP, a newbie challenge cache. Find one cache is the qualifications for this one. And she said, I love the newbie challenge. So I am implementing it into our challenge trail as stop 0 near a recommended parking spot for the larger challenge trail. And so that's the trail we mentioned earlier in the show, the Aurora Challenge Trail up in Alaska. I hope I got that name right, of the challenge trail. And so that's really great.
I think, and this is really important for us to remember that have been in the game for a long time, that are challenged obsessed, is the fact that there are people just starting out in the game.
Right. And challenges could scare them to death. And this could be an entryway for them to go, oh, okay, I get it. It doesn't have to be so scary.
Right. And so I like some of these newbies, and we've been talking about another challenge trail here in Michigan, and I definitely want to go after more of the beginner level, if you will, challenge. And our friend Geocaching with Hailmeister sent one in this month. He's been doing them for quite a while, but he doesn't send them in often. He kind of forgets.
No shade.
DC 994 W8. This is the 10,000 fizzy challenge. And I had to look at this one.
Yeah, what does this mean?
Okay, yeah. This is a 93 on the challenge scale.
Ooh, what's it rated as a cache difficulty?
5.
5 stars, 93 on the checker.
So you have to find 10,000 or more caches in one fizzy grid row and one fizzy grid column. And I'll bring my stats up because this is one that I do not qualify for. So if you look, my number one column is the 1.5 column, and I have 7,835 caches in that column.
Okay.
I need 10,000. The other one is also the 1.5 difficulty because I need a row, and 6,414 is what I need there. So while I've got over 20,000 DT caches, they're all spread out. I've been kind of a looper on the fizzy grid, not.
And this challenge, it pays to be concentrated. Very interesting. I'm glad you brought that up so we could see what this one's asking for.
So that's an interesting one. So
yeah, definitely.
Okay. And
all right. The next one is submitted by Just Finding Our Way, GCBEZ2M, the Mighty Week Challenge. Find 500 for each day of the week. And he also told us he's in the midst of a 2-week county caching adventure. And he's surrounded by huge trails of challenge caches. And he was anticipating that by the end of yesterday, he would have logged about 150 challenges in 72 hours.
Wow.
And yes, the highlight was getting a first to find on this cache, beating out the locals by 10 minutes.
Now that's interesting because yes, this was published on 11/5/2025. This is a brand new cache.
Brand new.
Brand spanking new. And it does not have a rating.
I noticed that. It doesn't even have a rating because as of the time I noticed or looked at this cache, only 2 people had found it, or 2 accounts.
And yep, only 2 accounts.
Yeah, so I guess 2 is not enough for the checker to get a difficulty rating. I wonder how many it takes. If 3 is enough or more.
Well, they did the worldwide, nearby, whatever. And our final submission this month is submitted by the Cheeky Brit. This one's kind of interesting, has an interesting backstory. GC1H6V7. This is the Razorback Challenge. So to complete the challenge, you have to create a bookmark titled The Razorback Challenge. Include this cache in your bookmark since you haven't found it yet. Keep the bookmark public for a minimum of 3 months after completing it.
This is an old school challenge.
This is a very old school. How did this one get through?
It's old.
Oh, it was hidden in 2008. So.
Right. And it was not hidden by, but it is now owned and adopted by Math Seeker, another one of our listeners.
Correct. So yeah, it is kind of a bookmark challenge where, or a bookkeeping challenge where you need to create a cache list that include one cache you found for each letter of the Arkansas Razorback. So ARKANSA, find a cache that begins with all of those letters, which is why they don't qualify anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then include the date you found it and the mileage from the stadium.
Yes, because each one of those letters has to be an increased distance from the last letter. So you have to work your way out with your spelling.
Oh, I missed that. So there's a lot going on in
geographic point. It is a lot. And so Cheeky Brit shared this intensely mapped out graphic that he created of all his finds. So not just bookkeeping for Cheeky Brit, he is going to chart it out as well. Love that image.
Wow. Yeah, look at that information.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good.
That's a good way to prove that you own. You qualify for the challenge, I guess.
Yeah, very good. All right. And we also thank Roadie Guy for additional submissions. And remember, lots of opportunities to win, but you can only win if you submit. So remember to submit your finds to us. And I know the whole community will be interested to hear what you've been up to. And so this month's winner, not going to forget this time, is Birkenstock Report. So congratulations. We'll send you that Challenge Talk Path tag.
All right, so we got lots going on. So
lots going on.
Replay the show. Make sure you've got all of the dates. You've got all the information together, and then join us for our next show.
Yeah, let's do that. Join us for our next show on December 9th. Remember, get your contest submissions in by November 30th so that we can get them reviewed, and we'll announce those winners on this show December 9th.
All right. Don't forget to get your coins. Subscribe to our YouTube so we can get to 3,000 people. And then we have a gadget talk next week.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we left that on the show notes. Sorry, guys.
I think we did. Okay.
Sorry, Tim.
Geocache talk next week.
But definitely every Sunday night show. And of course, our big December 6th podcast of hope. Remember to
please join us for the podcast of hope. The announcement, the lineup of entertainment was announced on Sunday's show. And I got to say, I'm really excited to hear some of these people. I mean,
definitely.
Brian's coming back. Retired guy is going to be on the show. We've got the IT manager for the Atlanta Braves.
Right?
I mean, I don't have to be a baseball fan to know that it's IT, and that ought to be awesome. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
So, show notes.
Okay, sorry, missed that part. Like we said, it's live. And remember, show notes, I will post those in this YouTube video, in the podcast player, and everything we talk about and could be linked to is linked in the show notes so that you can find everything that you need.
All right. So just because we're headed to the end of the year, don't forget to say hello in that special way when you see Emily or I, like these folks.
Hi, I'm Flip Flop Fly from Rockford, Michigan. Challenge accepted.
Or
I am Why Not Be the One from Cleveland, Tennessee. Challenge completed.
Awesome.
So we definitely want to say, to all of our friends, to all of our fans, thank you so much for being a part of our community. Thank you for enjoying the show. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your patronage. We greatly appreciate it. And remember, it's not really about the numbers. It's about the challenge.
Challenge accepted.
Hi, Emily's mom here, just popping in to say thanks for watching today.
I love it.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.